cast all our cares upon him, and he will never leave us nor forsake us. And also, this too shall pass. All those, put all those in on your brain and in your heart, and walk with those daily. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I'm happy to be back, yet kind of indifferent about the topic, though. You know, some people feel like this is great, you know, like, oh my god, this is an extended break, but it's really not. Like, who's hanging out with people? You can't even hang out with folks. Your president said only 10 people. So I mean, it's really not that exciting. You can't go out to brunch and swag surf over your waffles and chicken. We can't do that, you know what I'm saying? We can't go down to the club and, you know, hang with our friends or whatever the case may be. So I mean, really ain't that exciting. But however, you know, I think in some way, shape, form, or fashion, everybody has been affected by this. But it's really not an extended break. Like, I have a lot of concerns about the well-being of my students during this time, who would normally be in school and coming to school. In addition to that, like, you don't know what type of circumstances these kids are at home in. Some of them come to school to escape whatever circumstances they have at their home and in their lives, but now they got to deal with it for an extended period of time. And so that also is something that weighs heavy. For a while, a lot has transpired since the last time I came on a video at the beginning of the year, and y'all know it gets more ghettoer and ghettoer every month. The meme said that every month has out-ghettoed the previous in 2020, and it seems to have been the case, but we're gonna pull through because do have to take precautions and be mindful of that. You know, though some of us can carry the virus and we will be fine with it, there are others who are gonna get it and it's gonna wreak havoc on their body. So we just have to be mindful of how, though it does not affect all of us in an extreme manner, it does affect all of us in some way. So there are some of us who can't go to work, there are some of us who can't go to school, so we can't go out and shop, we can't go out and have fun and hang out, we can't swag surf over our chicken and waffles at the brunch, none of those things. So we don't know the full extent of this thing, how it's going to form, what it's going to do, but we do know it's going to affect us in a major way, and especially the economy. But one thing that does weigh heavy for me are those people who are elderly, those people with pre-existing conditions, those kids who have to take on extra obligations, who probably are still working, who have to take care and look after siblings during this time, people with compromised immune systems already. Like, it matters. And in this time, like, you can't be selfish. Like, you can't be a person who's selfish and just be like, okay, I'm only thinking about myself, like I'm good if everybody else. It don't really work like that. Like, that's not Samaritanism. Like, that's not a Christ-like way of life. If everybody comes together and we all help each other in some way, I think we could really get through this and we can pull through it, which I already know we're gonna be straight. But you know, especially when people are selfish, it makes it way harder. Sorry, Dharius didn't say that. So Sunday when I went to church, and the pastor brought up something that was very important, that a lot of people haven't prayed in a long time, and some people don't even know how to pray. But there are prayers that are going up to heaven now who God hadn't heard from in a long time. There are some people, and maybe God has given us this so that we can reconnect with God. We can come back and be like, Lord, because we need him. And if we feel like we living our lives, we don't need him, God's gonna be like, y'all need me. Chill. It ain't all about you. You need me. You can't do this on your own. You don't have the mental, emotional, psychological capacity to do this by yourself. On the other side of that, one minister, primetime Deion Sanders, said, right now everyone has to make adjustments, making adjustments to accommodate what's taking place. Life may be uncomfortable for a period of time, but you've got to be able to transition. We know God has us covered, but some don't possess faith, so let's cover them with love and prayer. So I think the time is now for us to, those of us of the Christian faith, to come together, you know, pray and work and pull each other through this, because we need each other during this time. People are panicking. It's kind of scary for you to not know like what's going on. You know, what's the fate of this thing, like what's going to happen in the future. But the word also says in 1 Peter, cast all your cares upon him because he cares for you. So, you know, I don't have time to panic about this stuff. Like, I'm just never like, natural disasters, weather and all that stuff, and you know, this stuff doesn't bother me. Like, that type of stuff doesn't bother me. And not being where I want to be at a particular point in life bothers me. But there's the other stuff, you know what I'm saying, I can't control. And I mean, being in a particular place at a certain time in my life, I can't readily control. However, I do have some control over it. But like this pandemic that's happening across the world right now, I don't have control over it. So it's like, why put myself in a panic and give myself anxiety and be concerned about something that God already knows what's gonna happen tomorrow, 3 months from now, a year from now, 3 years, 30 years from now. He already knows what's this thing going to do. He knows. So why would I be worried and be concerned about what God has already foreseen, he's already dealt with? Like, be worried for nothing. However, I'm going to link Pastor Dharius Daniels' sermon down. It really ain't a sermon because it's like 10 minutes long. It's just like a pep talk about why we should not be anxious during this time, what we should do instead. I'm gonna put that down too for people who may be feeling anxious during this time, because I understand when you are uncertain about things like this, livelihood of people are dying and stuff is flying off the shelves. And thankfully, stores have decided to change their hours and limit the certain amounts that people are buying and what time people are coming in. I've seen a lot of places around Houston. I don't know if this is across the country. I haven't looked that far into it yet. They're reserving their first hour every morning just for elderly, just for senior citizens to come in. Be prepared. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.